Tava kripa bole pai Chaitanya Nitai. Ahaswarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha. Vatajuga Shri Jiva Prabhu Lokanatha. Daya Kara Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa. Ramachandra Sangamage Narottamodasa. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Gaura More. Ramadina Ke Dayalu Jagata Sansare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Nitai Gaura Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Krishnapad, Paramahansa Parivada, Acharya, Asta Saraswati, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Samavita Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to Sambhava devotees, all glories to Sambhava devotees, all glories to Sambhava devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru. Bhatta Juga, Shri Jiva. Bhatta Juga, you know, understand what's Bhatta Juga? Who is Bhatta Juga?
Two bhattas.
Two bhattas. Bhatta Juga, Juga means two bhattas. Who's the two bhattas? Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta. Bhatta is a name for the Brahmins, no?
Sometimes they say two Raghus. Sometimes it says two Raghus, and sometimes it says two bhattas.
Raghu, yeah. Okay, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Rama Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakatamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishitarne Panchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we're reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila chapter 21, entitled The Opulence and Sweetness of Krishna. Today we're reading about the sweetness of Krishna. There's no purports. Hare Krishna. Text 105 to 110, chapter 21. Okay, can we all repeat? Bhushanara Bhushananga Tahen Lalita Tribanga.
Bhushanera Bhushananga Tahe Lalita Tribanga.
Tahara Upara Brutanudnartam.
Tahara Upara Brutanudnartam.
Tera Chene Trantabana Tara Drida Sandana.
Tera Chene Trantabana Tara Drida Sandana.
Vinde Radha Gopi Ganamana.
Vinde Radha Gopi Ganamana.
Translation by Sri Prabhupada. Ornaments caress that body. Which body? You can understand. Text 104 is the wonder of Krishna in his personal feature is so great that it attracts even Krishna to taste his own association. Thus Krishna becomes very eager to taste that wonder. Total beauty, knowledge, wealth, strength, fame, and renunciation are the six opulences of Krishna. He is eternally situated in his opulences. Text 105 again. Ornaments caress that body, But the transcendental body of Krishna is so beautiful that it beautifies the ornaments he wears. Therefore, Krishna's body is said to be the ornament of ornaments. Despite the wonderful beauty of Krishna, there is his three-curved style of standing, which beautifies that form. Above all these beautiful features, Krishna's eyes dance and move obliquely, acting like arrows to pierce the minds of Srimati Radharani and the gopis. When the arrow succeeds in hitting its target, their minds become agitated. Text 106. Brahmando pariparavyoma tahanje surupagana tansa parabole harimana patibrata shiromani chanrekahe vedabani akarshaye je lakshmi gana. Translation: the beauty of Krishna's body is so attractive that it attracts not only the demigods and other living entities within this material world, but the personalities of the spiritual sky as well, including the Narayanas, who are expansions of Krishna's personality. The minds of the Narayanas are thus attracted by the beauty of Krishna's body. In addition, the goddesses of fortune, Lakshmis, who are wives of the Narayans and are women described in the Vedas as most chaste, are also attracted by the wonderful beauty of Krishna. There's of course, most of everyone's read Krishna book. They've read the story of the sons of the Brahmana who were kidnapped one after another. They were taking birth, and immediately after birth they died. So this Brahmana went so many people to get some protection. He came there to Arjuna. Did he come actually to Arjuna? He was asking Krishna? What is that? You want an expert on this? Transcendent, huh?
The assembly of the
What?
king's court.
Sorry?
The king's court.
He was in the king's court?
Yeah.
Because he was thinking, I think he mentioned something, Arjuna, what you can do, I've already asked this other personalities like that. Didn't he say something like that?
Is there any Kshatriya here who can protect us?
Yeah, he was asking for some help. So Arjuna, he said, no, I can do it. If I don't do it, I'll enter into the fire. I'll protect your child. So the next child was being born and immediately disappeared. He was taken away. And Arjuna, he was preparing to enter into the fire. He tried to do whatever he could do, and he couldn't do it. So he was prepared to enter in the fire, but Krishna, he said, no, wait. Let's go. Get on my chariot. So they went across the whole, through even the coverings of the universe. All the planetary systems they passed by. They went through the coverings of the universe into the Paravyoma. Here we're describing the Paravyoma sky. And they went to the abode of Mahavishnu, and Mahavishnu, he said, yes, I have these children of this Brahman. I took them just so that I could get your darshan, Krishna. So this is the attraction of Krishna, how Krishna is so attractive that even Mahavishnu, he wants to have darshan. And Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrahma Sevyamanam. Sambrahma, they were, with great awe and reverence, they're serving Lakshmi Sahasra, thousands of Lakshmis, unlimited actually. All right, text 107 is there. Ready? Chari gopi manorata manmate ramanamate namadhari modanamohan Jini pancha sharadarpa swayam navakandarpa Rasa Kori Lai Kapigan. Translation, favoring them, gopis, Lakshmis, gopis. Favoring them, Krishna rides on the chariot of the minds of the gopis, and just to receive loving service from them, he attracts their minds like Cupid. Therefore, he is also called Madan Mohan, the attractor of Cupid. Cupid has 5 arrows representing form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. Krishna is the owner of these 5 arrows, and with his Cupid-like beauty, he conquers the minds of the gopis. Though they are very proud of their super excellent beauty. Becoming a new Cupid, Krishna attracts their minds and engages in the rasa dance. There's one place in Vrindavan, just when you start out the parikrama path around Vrindavan, you go through Raman Reti and you go down to the old bank of the Jamuna. They have the Varaha Ghat, they call it Varaha Ghat, where Krishna exhibited his form of Varaha to the gopis, and just around the corner. But of course, Jamuna is no longer flowing there. It's gone far out. But they call it Varaha Ghat, so previously, maybe the Jamuna used to flow there. You turn the corner and then you come around just a little bit ways and there's a place called Madan Tir. Madan Tir. Ter, what does it mean, ter? Ter?
I think to see.
Huh?
To see.
See?
Yeah.
Ter means see?
Yeah, I think so, because like it's
Ter Kadamba?
yeah.
Ter Kadamba they have, and Ter, Madan Ter, and some other Ters with it, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we climb there and see Krishna, I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, they sometimes we heard the story that this Cupid, he has his 5 arrows. Sometimes in Chaitanya Bhagavad, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his purport, he mentions 5 they represent other things, but these are details, these things. Some other, actually he gives 2 different lists in his purport. That sometimes they mean this and sometimes they mean that, like Shoshana, Dravanam. Anyway, that's not very important. Here Srila Prabhupada says form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. And one time, some story we heard one time is that when Cupid was one time aiming his arrow at Narad Muni, Narad Muni caught him out of the corner of his eye. He said, wait a minute. What's the use? You're shooting your arrows at me. I'm an ordinary person. Why you bother with me? Why don't you go to Vrindavan? You get if you want to get some credit, then you go and you shoot your arrow at this Krishna. He's there in Vrindavan, and you can see him. He's herding the cows and playing with his cowherd boyfriends like that, and sometimes he's with the gopis. So this Cupid, he went there to this place. It's called Madan Ter. They say like that he just saw that Krishna was engaged in his pastimes with the gopis and showing his Varaha form, whatever, like that is practically around the corner. And so he aimed his arrow at Krishna and he became stunned. This is called Madan Mohan. Madan means Cupid and Mohan means become bewildered. So Krishna became known as Madan Mohan at this place. That pastime took place. A little bit further, he has Madan Mohan temple is there. So that is the prayer to the 3 deities, Jayatam Surato Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Matsarvasva Param Bhojo Radha Madan Mohana. That Mama Manda Matirgati. We're not very. This is for beginning students. This is we're reading now Sweetness of Krishna. This is for advanced students, not very qualified for such talks. All right, so text 108. Ninja sama sakasange gogana charanarange.
Nija samastaka sange yoganatarange.
Vrindavana swachanda bihar. Chanrabenu dhvani shuni stavara jangama prani. Pulaka kampa ashru bahedar. Translation: When Lord Krishna wanders in the forest of Vrindavan with his friends on an equal level, there are innumerable cows grazing. This is another of the Lord's blissful enjoyments. When he plays on his flute, all living entities, including trees, plants, animals, and human beings, tremble and are saturated with jubilation. Tears flow constantly from their eyes. Stavara Jangama Deki Dekina Taramurti says, the description is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita about the advanced devotees who can read such things and relish these such things. Here we're having some kind of course, anyway, Stavara Deki, Jangama Deki Na Deki Taramurti, the advanced devotee, he sees these. Stavara and Jangama means the movable and immovable living entities. The advanced devotee, Nadeki Taramurti, he doesn't see them. He says, Sarvatra Spurati Tara Ishtadeva Murti. He sees his worship of Lord Krishna instead of all these things. So this playing of the flute, Krishna is very famous. Murlidhar, he's playing on his flute always. Venam Kundantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham. He's playing on his flute. And here it says all the living entities, trees, plants, animals, and human beings tremble and are saturated with jubilation. This, our old friend Mahanidi, he compiled this Appreciating Vrindavan. He talks about the different effects of Krishna's flute playing. There's a couple places I know that we've been to in Vrindavan. I think both places, I can't, there's so many, of course, holy places in Vrindavan, but there's two different places that are called Charan Pahari, the hills where Krishna's Charan is there. And both places, one is in Kamyavan, next to Luka Kund or something. And in Nandagram also there's one Charan Pahari. It's practically, if you go to Vrindakund, which is our Dinabandhu's project there, he's taking care. If you don't turn off into the fields to go to Vrindakund, you go bliss a little bit further on the left side, there's one called, another Charan Pahari. They say that Krishna was playing on his flute. As he was playing on his flute, the stones, the rocks that he was standing on melted from that sound of that flute, and therefore they left his footprints there. So it's a very nice place. Everybody should go and see these places. Vrindavan, the Charan Pahari. And,
What does Charan mean?
Charan means foot.
Charan.
Charan means feet. Charan Pahari. Pahari means a hill, and Charan, you can see the impression of Krishna's feet there. So anyway, some of these other effects of the flute, of course, when Krishna plays his flute, the yogis become, their meditation becomes disturbed. The demigods, they become stunned, here along with the cows, and there's one place, Ujjani, where the Jamuna flows backwards from the sound of Krishna's flute. And then, of course, that the other Terakadamba and Nandagram, or Terakadamba, that Krishna climbs into the Kadamba tree there and plays his flute to call all the cows. So he has the different tunes. He plays He plays one to call the cows, one to call the gopis, glorified in the, I think during the Rath Yatra, no, he talks about the fifth note. So these are all, what else, anything else? Some of the effects of Krishna's playing his flute. The moving living entities become stunned and the non-moving entities tremble. Describes how the deer and the cows, their ears become just like receptacles for the nectar of Krishna's flute playing. All right, text number 109. Muktahara bhakapanti indradanu pinchatati. We're not there? Text 109. Okay? Is that it? Muktahara bhakapanti indradanu pinchatati. Pitambara bijuri sancha. Krishna nava jaladhara jagatcha upara. Varishaye lilamritadar. Vijari. We finally got to go to Vijarigram last time. There was a desire that I had a long time. Dinabandhu took us there last time. It's been between, what is between Nandagram and, I don't know, what's the other, I don't know. It's on the way to Nandagram if you go through the fields. So Vijayari means lightning, and this one town in Vrindavan that's called Vijayarigram. That when Akrura was taking the gopis to Mathura, the gopis, they fell down just like lightning bolts to the ground. They lost their pranadhan. Means their life force practically. So, where we are. Translation, yes. Krishna wears a pearl necklace that appears like a chain of white ducks around his neck. The peacock feather in his hair appears like a rainbow, and his yellow garments appear like lightning in the sky. Krishna appears like a newly risen cloud, and the gopis appear like newly grown grains in the field. Constant rains of nectarian pastimes fall upon these newly grown grains, and it seems that the gopis are receiving beams of life from Krishna exactly as grains receive life from the rains. Everybody get that? I can repeat that. I guess there's no purport, so let's read that again. Krishna wears a pearl necklace that appears like a chain of white ducks around his neck. The peacock feather in his hair appears like a rainbow, and his yellow garments appear like lightning in the sky. Krishna appears like a newly risen cloud, and the gopis appear like newly grown grains in the field. Constant rains of nectarian pastimes fall upon these newly grown grains, and it seems the gopis are receiving beams of life from Krishna, exactly as grains receive life from the rains. All right, text 110. Madhurya Bhagavata Sar Raje Kaila Parachar Taha Shuka Vyasaranandana Stani Stani Bhagavate Varnijache Janaite Taha Shuni Mate Bhaktagan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is full of all six opulences, including his attractive beauty, which engages him in conjugal love with the gopis. Such sweetness is the quintessence of his qualities. Shukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, has described these pastimes of Krishna throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. Hearing the descriptions, the devotees become mad with love of God. So, this is, I guess, this is the opulence, this is the sweetness of Krishna. These are the talking about very high topics. This is, Srila Prabhupada talks about how the yoga system is like a ladder, different steps on the ladder, and it's very important. Devotees should understand what step of the ladder they're on. We were in Vrindavan a long time, and we have seen sometimes devotees try to take these pastimes, take these topics very serious with the, unfortunately they're not really qualified for that position. I mean, there's sometimes, of course, some devotees are qualified, and Srila Prabhupada also said that we don't boycott the gopis. These topics of Krishna and the gopis are very important. We have to hear them from the mouth of from the lips of the pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. And this is our only means of conquering over these things in our anarthas in our hearts like that. We have to hear these topics, but we have to hear from in a systematic way. Srila Prabhupada also always used to say that he gave the professional reciters, he always criticized that they go directly to the 10th canto. So that is not the pastime, that is not the process. Just like we're hearing Shukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, has described these pastimes of Krishna throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam. So the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is just full of nectar. I think Pushkar is one of his favorite verses. He says, Prati shloke prati akshara. He says, I don't know the verse, but he says every syllable, every word of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Prabhupada used to say also that even if they touch the book, if they appreciate it in any way, they get benefit. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is nectar from beginning to end, and one should follow the process carefully, hearing from the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. And just like here we're hearing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we've been studying from the beginning, I don't know. But anyway, we're following the footsteps. Srila Prabhupada has given us these topics, and we should hear them, but at the same time we should understand what is our actual position in Krishna consciousness. We don't want to... I remembered one phrase that Srila Prabhupada said previously. We were talking about some different topics in class, and I was remembering that Srila Prabhupada said, first deserve, then desire. And so I looked it up in folio, and I was very surprised because that came up like 31 times. First deserve, then desire. Maybe there were some duplicates, but he said that more than once, and the point is that one has to, just like we heard about the cowherd boys, when Krishna wanders in the forest of Vrindavan with his friends on an equal level. So these friends on an equal level, they're not ordinary. They're what is it? Sardam Vijaru Kritapunja Punja. They've accumulated heaps. Punja, there's heaps of pious activities they've accumulated. So somebody who is engaged in some topics that we shouldn't even repeat in the temple like that, in our past memories like that. We can't try to imitate such personalities. They're far beyond. Shukadeva Goswami, of course, anyway. Here we're talking about Tahe Shuni Mate Bhaktagan. Mate means become maddened. So we're such a, I'm talking not of your persons, but in general, many of us, we came from the position of nunam pramata. Pramata mata is the same mata, maddened. Nunam pramata kuruvte vikarma. We were maddened by vikarma, sinful activities, engaged in so many sinful activities. Yad indriya pritya apranoti, that we were so much addicted to sense objects. Indriya pritya, engaged in so much sense gratification. So these topics are, as we said, we can hear for such topics, but we should worry more about. Here, actually, I can read something. I want to read something from Bhakti Alok. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about niyamagraha, too much attachment to or too much neglect of rules and regulations. He says the conditioned souls are eligible to attain a very exalted position from a very low position. Between these two positions, there are many other positions. Each position is a gradual step. Each gradual step is a distinct level of advancement. Each and every gradual step has different prescriptions and prohibitions. Whenever a living entity steps to one level and stays there, he is obliged to follow the prescriptions and prohibitions of that step. By following those enjoined prescriptions and prohibitions, one becomes eligible to attain the next step. If one is unable to attain the next step, he falls down to a lower step. This is called degradation. Attaining the next step is called advancement. So Rupa Goswami, he gives some description of these different stages, and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he gives that famous verse many times quoted, Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha Bhajanakriya, Tato Anarta Nivritti Syat, Tato Nishtas Ruchis Tata. So these, we should be familiar a little bit, as we said, like a ladder. The ladder is resting against the top of the building, but that doesn't put you at the top if you're on the second or third step or fifth step. So first is the Shraddha. This is the basis of Bhakti Yoga. Is the whole stage is based on the Shraddha. But what that Shraddha, what is the position of that Shraddha determines how far one is along. But by Shraddha, you can start the process with a little bit of Shraddha. You have to have a little bit of Shraddha to start the process. Otherwise, as that Shraddha becomes thick, and it's described just like boiling the sugarcane juice, it becomes thicker and thicker. And one can have gur or sugar. So after Shraddha, then naturally one wants to engage in, one wants to have the association of devotees. Sangha, sadhu sangha to bhajanakriya, and by association of devotees, one engages in. Here, you want to text? We can go outside.
I'm taking notes of your class.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. I don't, anyway. Okay, so by sadhu sangha, then bhajanakriya. Bhajanakriya means to engage in the activities of devotional service, hearing and chanting. And by that hearing and chanting, Srinvatam Swakataka, when one hears topics of Krishna, as we're hearing today, Srinvatam Swakata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hridyantastohi Bhadrani Vidunoti Suritsitam. This anarta nivritti, the one cleanses the heart becomes cleansed. Anarta, heart being cleansed means we get rid of these anartas. Sri Devi was mentioning about the anartas from our bhajan rahasya. Says, Maya mugdasya jivasya Keya Anartas Chaturvida. There's four different types of anartas. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says like that. What is that? Jaya Maya Mugdasya Jivasya Keya Anartas Chaturvida. Hridur Balyam Chaparada, the weakness of the heart. Hridur Balyam Chaparado, Aparada, the offenses. Tattva Vibrama is the last one. The means Tattva Vibrama means not. Vibrama means not very clear understanding of tattva. One understands the truth. What's the other one? Satrishna. Satrishna means, I think, Satrishna means attachment to asat. Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnavachar. That is the verdict of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the qualification of a Vaishnava. That satsanga tyaga. He has to give up the association of non-devotees and those who are attached to opposite sex. That is the qualification of a devotee. So then we can, if we have that sadhusanga, then we can engage bhajana kriya, atarnarta, nivritti set. Then these other things, these things are, like I said, tato nartan, tato nishta, ruchistata. Nishta is very fixed. Attains steadiness and self-realization. By execution of devotional service under the guidance of the spiritual master, one becomes free from all material attachment. Anartha nivritti. One attains steadiness and self-realization, nishta, and acquires a taste for hearing about the absolute personality of Godhead. That is called the ruchistata. And then it goes on. We're beyond. Ata shakti stato bhavas tata prema dudanchati sadhakana ayam premna pradurbhave bhavit krama. We had some other things. Oh, so anyway, like I said, we had experience in Vrindavan, devotees come there. Of course, devotees are different, so many different levels. We can't judge every one devotee. It's very difficult to understand what position a devotee is, just like we had an experience right now. We're complaining about him tacking on his phone and he's taking notes. So we can't understand the activities of a devotee. It's very difficult sometimes to understand what is the position of devotee. But we've seen the results of immature devotees trying to imitate devotees and advanced devotees. We've seen the results that they become degraded. And actually it's described, Naitat samacharaj jatu manasapya hyanishvara. Anishvara means even if, unless one is Ishvara, if one is a very advanced or controller, Naitat samacharajatu, one should not imitate them. If one is not, just like the example is the Lord Shiva, he drank an ocean of poison, you can't try to imitate. Srila Prabhupada says, Gopi Jana Balaba is okay, and they can imitate that, but Giri Badadari, no. So, you're not going to drink an ocean of poison, then don't try to imitate Lord Shiva smoking ganja like that. So maybe we're going to get stopped. We don't have any purports to talk about. I can beauty of Krishna. We can add one more note here. I guess we can make a mention about that, how in text 106 it says, the beauty of Krishna's body is so attractive that it attracts not only the demigods and other living entities within the material world, but the personalities of the spiritual sky as well. There was a nice description in Chaitanya Bhagavad that talked about how the scene of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talking to his students on the bank of the Ganges, and Vrindavan Das Thakur, he says there's different comparisons come to his mind about how Brihaspati is surrounded by the demigods, about how the moon is surrounded by the stars, and how about how Cupid, he's, of course, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya, that Krishna is more attractive than millions of Cupids. But he says that you can't really compare this scene with Brihaspati and the demigods, because the demigods are partial. Brihaspati is partial. He is on the side of the demigods. He doesn't care for the demons. And Krishna is not impartial. He's samoham samabhutanam. He's impartial. He respects even the demons are giving liberation when they're killed. And he says that you can't compare that scene with the moon surrounded by the stars, because there's a nice verse when Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Lord Chaitanya had appeared, he is described that Akalanka Gaurachandra Dila Darshan. Akalanka means there's no spots, no imperfection. Akalanka Gaurachandra Dila Darshan. Sakalanka Chandra Ar Kon Prayojan. What's the use of the moon? Was his spots, because therefore Lord Chaitanya was born during that eclipse. It says, when the spotless moon of Lord Chaitanya has appeared, what is the use of the spotted moon? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's beautiful poetry. So therefore you can't compare this scene of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sitting with his students with the moon and surrounded by the stars, and you can't compare him with Cupid, because Cupid agitates the mind when he enters. And Lord Chaitanya, he doesn't give any agitation. He gives one Krishna Prem. So he said this, there's only one proper comparison that can be given, is that of Lord Krishna sitting with his cowherd boys on the bank of the Jamuna. So that is the beauty of Krishna's body, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had the same beauty. All right, so I don't know. I was going to speak some more about imitation, but anyway, your exalted devotees here we got. Yes?
You mentioned the analogy of a ladder touching the roof, a ladder.
Oh, yes.
And then you're on. I never heard that. Please explain.
No, that's Srila Prabhupada's totally. I think it's. I looked it up this morning actually, just quickly, and I think in the Path of Perfection he talks about how the yoga system is like a ladder, and he says the ladder touches this.
The roof.
Braced against the Srila Prabhupada. Yeah?
Yeah, it touches the roof.
Yeah.
But
it rests there. Yeah, so we don't both. I didn't look that up, but I think he said like that, and maybe someone can help. I think he said don't boycott the gopis. But he was very concerned that the devotees in early times were reading only the sections about the gopis and Krishna's pastimes with them. He said the Gopi Bhava Club was there. So that is for, again, some devotees may be qualified, and that's okay. They're all glories to them, but to imitate, and when we're still on the platform of anartha nivritti, we still have dirty things in the heart, then we shouldn't try to imitate that. We can hear something, but we should also not neglect Bhagavad Gita and understanding what is our position? Madan Mohan, represents the Sambandha Gyan. We have to understand properly what is our real position. One has to be introspective and understand what is his position and not try to imitate the devotees on higher platforms. Otherwise, you simply create disturbance. What is that? Shruti Smriti Puranadi Panchratri Vidyam Vina Utpatayaiva. Utpatayaiva. It becomes a disturbance in society by imitation. All right?
Yes.
Anything else? All right. Anything else? Okay.
Just a quick question.
Wait for the mic.
Okay.
The analogy that you mentioned, Mahaprabhu sitting with who?
Oh, his students.
His students.
Yeah, that's the prelude to the Digvijay Pandit came there.
Right.
And the Chaitanya Bhagavad, I don't know the chapter number. I think it's Madhyalila, it must be, I don't know. Yeah, it's very beautiful description, is that. All right, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
I think tear means to call. I was remembering.
Sorry?
Tear means maybe to call. Because
call?
to call out.
Oh.
I think that's what it means. I don't know where it is. I don't think so it's Bengali. It must be Braj.
That sounds.
Anybody know?
That sounds.
Yeah. Tear is not Bengali, is it? Tear?
Tear.
पामरौ भूमि भुवा